Most Afro-Cuban patterns are two-measure phrases, two-measure repeating, and it's counted in two. It can be written in 2 or 4, and the pulse, the heartbeat, is called the tumbao, and that's the bass drum, and it's on the end of 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So, like the pulse of American rock is, or, which is literally a heartbeat, the heartbeat of America. Hope I don't get dinged for saying that. Anyway, Afro-Cuban and Caribbean styles, end of 2 and 4 is the bottom end. So we'll click the hi-hat on 2 and 4 on every one of these patterns. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 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 3, 4. That's it. That's what you're doing with your feet, with all 3 of these patterns. So you put it all together and you have that's called a 2-3 cascada pattern. 2-3 means simply that the left hand is playing 2 strokes in the first measure of the phrase and 3 in the second. You can reverse it, so it's a 3-2 clave, and clave means key. And so instead of just a 2-4 backbeat, you get and that is super cool. I think you must agree. So that was a 2-3 rumba clave. So that would be a rumba pattern. 2-3 is more common in my experience than 3-2, but you want to be able to play it both ways. So 3-2, and I'll break this down further, so don't worry. But the 3-2 is going to start with the measure that has 3 strokes with the left hand. As opposed to like I said, the last one, the 2-3, is more common, and it just usually works better because that little mpa at the end of the 2-measure phrase leaves it unresolved, leaves it dangling, and just makes it feel really syncopated and just fun to listen to, and it's fun to play. So here are the 3 patterns, and we'll start with the simplest one. It's a cha-cha, and typically with the cha-cha, you're just doing a straight 4 on with a cross stick. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that foundation, and all you're doing is straight 4 with the cross stick. That's a cha-cha. Mambo, usually do so you can do a rock and roll mambo. But now we'll put that left hand over the top of that Afro-Cuban foundation, and it goes like this. That would be a mambo, a totally acceptable mambo with that same tumbao, hi-hat on 2 and 4, and the 2-3 cascada pattern. So we call it the 2-3 because it goes with the 2-3 clave. The third one would be a rumba, and there are 2 different versions of the rumba, and the last note of the clave on beat is played on the 4, so it's that is a son clave. So that's a 2-3 son clave. If you played it that's a 3-2 son clave. The other type of clave, which is exactly the same except for where that last note is placed. Instead of playing it on 4, you're playing it on the and of 4. So here's, and that's called a rumba clave. Here is a 2-3 rumba clave. A 1, 2, 3, 4. And that little shift changes the feel of everything. It makes it feel much more syncopated. So really, the only thing playing on 1 is the cymbal stroke of the cascada pattern, getting the whole thing started. 2 measures of rhythmic mayhem. So here is a 2-3 rumba clave. Once you get that down, that opens the door wide open to all kinds of related Afro-Cuban patterns. But getting that foundation, that's going to make it easier.